Hello. Right now I'm going to show you how to add voice messages to Google Docs. So right now we know that it's fairly easy to add text comments in a doc that you're sharing, either with your colleagues or with the students. But here's a way by adding this app, Kaizena. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but in the Chrome store, if you just Google Kaizena, you'll see that you can launch the app. Again, I'm in my Chrome browser right here, and it works best in Chrome. Once I've added that, I've launched the app, what I'm going to do is, instead of coming over up in here to the right hand corner in my Chrome where usually my apps exist, because I'm going to be adding voice messages or voice comments in Google Docs, I actually have to go to my drive, find the doc. It's an essay that a student's written, friendship essay as an example. I've given this title, and instead of going ahead and clicking on this right here to launch the doc, I'm going to open it up in here with more. So you're going to have to click on the little box to get this menu. Click on more, and then go ahead and open with. Okay, again, if I open it normally, I'm not going to have access to the Kaizena voice messages. But if I do come over here and I open it through this app, you'll see that I get a microphone. When you first do it, it'll ask you to allow the microphone to connect with your computer, and you go ahead and allow that. It will also prompt you about connecting with your Google Drive. Of course, it needs to marry with that so that it can pull up your documents. Here is the text of the document that I've launched, that friendship essay, and I'll just go ahead and show you where I found that. I went out to WriteSource, and there are all kinds of student writing models. So these are really helpful by grade level if you want to have some exemplars. So I just grabbed that one and put it into a Google Doc. The Google Doc is now launched in Kaizena, because, again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but here's the friendship essay, and this is my dashboard here. If you notice when I've got my cursor over the text, it's a highlighter. So I might want to come on down and make a comment to a student about how this is an interesting way to open up the essay. I highlight that, and then you'll notice I have three boxes here, three choices. There's the voice comments, this is regular text comments, and this will be resources I can add. So let's look at those. As soon as I click on the icon for recording, I can go ahead and record. And I can let the student know what I think about the use of the introduction as a hook with a definition. And that's one of the things that we've studied, so it's neat to see her trying to apply that. Go ahead and stop, and then I have a chance to play it back to listen to it for myself to see if I want to go ahead and add it. If not, I can redo it, or I can just hit done, and it's going to now be added to this voice comment. You'll notice when it's changed now in terms of this bar up here. When the student goes ahead and opens up the document and sees these comments, he or she can click on that and see the highlighted text along with listening to my voice recording. If I had added any resources, which I will do in a second, you'll see that they'll list right there. The other option that I have here when I go to record is I can highlight by different colors. I might want to do something like that because I might want to say something. I might want to highlight something and then highlight it again in the same colors. It might be a usage or a grammar issue that I want to remind somebody to look at and then ask them to track it down with the different colors. You can just imagine all sorts of reasons why you might want to color code some comments. Let's go ahead and add another one. Might want to say something like, let's look for a problem with active and passive voice. And that's an example of active voice, and we've been working on that in class. And again, I'm going to go ahead and leave that voice comment here for that student. Glad to see you using an example of active voice in your writing. Let's keep that up. Hit done. And then come on back here. Let me see if I can highlight that a second time to get that different. Oh, it can't overlap, so that's good for me to know. What I can do is go ahead and see that. Remember I said that there are these resources? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add one of those resources down here. I can do that in the text too when I think about it right away, but I kind of missed the opportunity to do that in that first menu. So I'll show that as well. So I might want to add the resource that I've already put into my dashboard. It's a video that I found about active and passive voice. And so I'm going to go ahead and attach that. And because we've been working on that together in class a lot, but I might need to remind the student that he or she should be able to come and watch this video. So anything that I want to link out to, I can go ahead and do that. Let me do the same thing, and I'll show you when we're in the text here. It is an old couple sitting in the park holding hands. As light as a leaf floating in the autumn air. Really lovely here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. And I would go ahead and leave my voice comment there like you saw before, but let's look at that resource piece. So when I click right in here, I can go ahead and I can add a video that I've found. We can go out on the web and find that, or again, you saw in my resources I had that available there. So let's go out and see. Here's a video about adjectives in Schoolhouse Rock that I might want to use. When I've opened it up, I'm going to click on share here, and I'm going to grab that link, and we'll go right back into the Kaizena friendship essay that I'm working on. And this might be adjectives. Notice that I've already got that in my resources, but I'm going to just go ahead and add it here so you can end up seeing how that would work. And then I hit add, and that resource would go right into that comment for that student. So I can go over into my dashboard here if I want to, and in my resources I can always add a different resource. I've got both of those grammar videos there, or right within the text of the document. When I'm working on this friendship essay, I can go out and add that link again too. So what will happen is when I've got this friendship essay up, anything that I'm working on with students, over here, if the student's name had been put on that, I'm working on my own document right now, but if I'd worked with a student, it would say Carrie H's, send here to Carrie H. So once I've marked this all up and given my voice comments and my resources, I would just click this button and it would go directly to her drive. When she goes to open it, she's not going to necessarily need to open it within the app. She'll open it and she'll see in the upper right-hand corner that there are comments, and it'll give her a direct link to be able to go out to that link. Also, if you're working on iPads, instead of doing that direct link with the comments, you can grab the link here and put it at the very bottom of the text so that when she opens up the text, she could just click here and go forward in that way. So that's how to use voice comments through Kaizena. Hope you find it helpful.